Hey everybody, it's Traveling Mo. I am on the Azamara Onward and welcome to a conversation with this lovely lady Zoe who works for Azamara, and we met on this ship, and her friends squeeze in here, Jan. We can't see Jan, but we're just going to have a conversation about Azamara. And we're pre-recording this because there's a 6-hour difference between here and the U.S. And we know that even though it's the afternoon and we're at the pool and it's sunny, that you all are still sleeping. So Zoe, tell us a little bit about Azamara. What makes Azamara so special?
Azamara owns 4 ships, and they're all pretty much identical. Azamara specialises in destination immersion, so their focus is on getting into the smaller ports that some of the larger ships can't get into, and having longer in each port so that you're not rushed getting around, seeing all the different things. You can even come back on board and have lunch, and then take off again for the rest of the day, and as long as you're back on board by the nominated time. So that's a real good selling point. Azamara, a lot of other cruise lines don't offer that. So that's one thing I would say is very important. The other emphasis is fine dining. So if you really like fine food, then you're really not going to be disappointed. Not a lot of children on board, so and there isn't a lot of facilities for children. So if you are travelling with children, I probably wouldn't recommend Azamara. Average age group is probably about 50 to 60, so it's not a party ship. It's more aimed at mature age people who just want a nice experience, relaxing. It's not a party ship. So that's to start with, Mo.
I think one of the things that I hope y'all can hear us. It's lunchtime behind us, so there is some noise. I'll try to speak up. Hopefully, the volume is catching this. One of the things that I have found is that there's no dinner time, no set dinner time.
No set dinner time.
There's like not a 5 p.m., 8 p.m. or my time. It is open dining from, I don't know, 5 to 8, whatever.
I think 9. I think Discovery's closes at 9.
Yeah, so we can just show up. Or if you don't want to sit down in the main dining room, there is a buffet up on the pool deck, and that has been exceptional as well, because they don't have the same thing every night. Every night they have a different theme, right?
Different menu every night in all the restaurants, I believe. Also, something for my friend Jan is she's had a great choice of vegan options, being a vegan. They have a different vegan menu every single night in Discoveries. And in Windows, which is the buffet style, I think Jan hasn't had too much trouble finding choices for breakfast and dinner and lunch.
We don't have enough room to fit Jan in, but she's over there shaking her head. Yeah, there aren't many. There's children welcome, but there aren't many children on here. Like Zoe had said, they don't have childcare and they don't have water slides. The other things, let's talk about what they don't have that some people would really enjoy. That they don't have casinos.
No casinos.
No casinos.
No nightclubs.
Yeah, well, there's some what they consider late night dancing, but it's from like 10 p.m. to 11 p.m.
Yeah, that's right.
So we can go to bed, right?
Yeah.
And get up for our port the next morning. They have a photography department, but they're not set up everywhere taking pictures and forcing.
No, that's true. They're not forcing themselves on you like they do on some cruise ships.
Yeah.
And the staff
The staff are key.
amazing.
Yeah.
As well.
Amazing.
Amazing.
The staff are all really, really friendly. Apparently, according to the captain, we just went to a talk this morning. He said that their staff are on contracts. They usually want to come back because they like working for Azamara, and you can tell in their face that they do, because it genuinely seem happy to be here, seem genuinely happy to assist. Don't they? They genuinely seem like they want to be here.
They do. They absolutely do. And all of the Azamara staff has also said that, if you want to rebook while you're on board, don't worry. We're still going to take care of your agent.
That's correct. Yeah. In fact, if they book with an agent previously, they will just automatically nominate that agent to your reservation without them even saying.
I love that.
Yeah, which is like looking after the agents basically. And so then sometimes you'll get a really nice surprise. You'll get this confirmation invoice from Azamara, and you think, what's this? And it'll be a booking that your guest has made on board Azamara, and you weren't aware of it, but they've nominated you, and you've gone, oh, I've suddenly got this lovely booking.
I love it.
Yeah.
So when you're ready to book Azamara, please let me know. I want you to be my lifelong Azamara client. What other things are quite different? They have shows. Their shows have been wonderful, and the staff is really talented. But if you have sailed a bigger cruise ship before, there's not Broadway style shows.
No.
You're not going to see The Wizard of Oz or Back to the Future, or some of the other shows that I see being advertised on some of the bigger cruise ships. But the talent,
Yes. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty good.
it is
They've
really
only got
great.
a small team of entertainers. I think there's probably about
More intimate, you're right.
more intimate.
Oh,
because,
that's
yeah.
true. Yes.
There's probably, I'd say, including the band and all the singers and everything, probably about, 15 to 20 people that do the entertainment, the dancers, the singers.
Yeah, they've
And as
been
Mo said,
fantastic.
they're actually, the level of talent is higher than what I expected on a small ship.
And the options to do different things during the day as well. There's quite a few choices for, like you might want to do a dance class, you might want to go and play mahjong, you
Yeah,
might want to,
yeah.
depends on.
Yeah. To be fair, most of the time when we're in port, you're off import, exploring the port. But if you do want to come back because you've done too much walking or shopping or what have you, there's usually something to do on board the ship if you want to partake in that.
They do have a spa on board.
Yeah.
So that's common. Let's talk about it being port heavy. This is a 10-day cruise, and
It's fully booked.
it's fully booked.
Yeah.
Oh, and how many? Like a little over 600.
Close to 700.
Close to 700.
Yeah.
But we keep running into the same lovely people every day because it's so intimate, and we love that.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people will make lifelong friends on these cruises because
Yeah.
of that. You're not going to meet someone for dinner one night and never see them again. You're going to bump into them again. Like Mo said, we run into each other nearly every day. And so we've developed kind of a friendship over time, which is really lovely.
And talk about the fact that you're using, your Willy Walkie for
Oh yeah, that was an interesting thing for me. I booked this cruise a few months before I broke my leg, and I was a bit concerned about whether or not I would still be able to take the cruise. I can get around, but only with a wheel walker or a stick. And as much as the destinations that we've been going to are really not suitable for me to get around, because there's a lot of steps and cobblestones and whatnot. On board the ship, I found it quite easy to get around. The staff extremely accommodating in helping me open doors, getting off the port. I've struggled a little bit getting down the ramps and the stairs and so forth, and getting on and off buses. But the staff have always been very accommodating and willing to help me and make my experience as easy as possible. So if you have got a disability or you've got mobility issues, I can say that Azamara will definitely do their best to accommodate you. However, I probably wouldn't pick this particular itinerary if you have got a disability or mobility issue. There's lots of other itineraries where there are cobblestones and steps. So
That's true. You had already had this book when you had your accident.
I probably wouldn't have picked
which
this
is-
itinerary.
Yeah.
Well, having said that, I probably would have anyway because it's tying in with the family get together.
yeah.
So, but yeah, no, I was quite surprised at how accommodating they've been with my issue. Yeah.
So let's talk about, it was a 10-day cruise, and we've already been to Venice for 2 days,
Yeah.
and then
Tour.
where'd we go after that?
Slovenia,
Slovenia,
Bar,
Tamar, Croatia,
Croatia,
Dubrovnik,
Dubrovnik,
Corfu.
and
now
now
we're at sea,
tomorrow's Amalfi, and the next day's Sorrento.
and then we've
And then Rome.
Finish Rome.
Isn't that crazy? A 10-day cruise, 8 ports, right? Did I count that right?
Yeah.
That is absolutely mind-blowing, and I think that you're getting so much for
You
the
get
money that you're
definitely-
spending.
Yeah, Dan and I had a conversation about this the other night. We were having a dinner in Discoveries, which is the table service restaurant. So it's the one where you can't wear jeans. Oh, you can wear jeans, you can't wear shorts. I don't
Right,
think.
you can't wear shorts.
It's not formal, but they expect you to be a little bit smarter than the other restaurants. And we had 2 glasses of wine, we had a starter, a main, and a dessert. And we were in Venice that night, and we said to each other, do you know what, if we'd eaten in a restaurant, this probably would have cost us about €400, if not more.
Yeah.
And you think about that, you can have dinner like that every night if you want, and it's all part of your cruise fare.
And that's what we haven't mentioned is that your cruise fare includes your gratuities and your alcohol and all your drinks.
Unlimited.
Unlimited.
Yeah, you can have a cocktail at 4 o'clock in the morning delivered to your cabin if you want.
Oh yeah, 24-hour room service.
Yeah. Not that I've done that.
And there is the upgrade package as well.
There is an upgrade package, so the all-inclusive alcohol and soda. So it's all the soda, all the juice, and then all of what I would say your rail vodka or your rail alcohol.
You mean spirits?
Spirits.
That's what we call it in
That's
Australia.
right. But if you want top shelf, then there is an upgraded package if you want top shelf. But we've been very happy with all the drinks and the beer and the wine that's been complimentary. I mean, we've got pina coladas and strawberry daiquiris and Bloody Marys and wine and
all the regular.
spritzers, all the regular stuff. So we didn't feel there was a need to upgrade, but I know that there's a lot of people who really enjoy their spirits, and they might want something that is top shelf and you can upgrade.
The other thing that you may not have mentioned yet, Mo, is the As Amazing evening that we have on every sailing.
Oh, yeah.
And we had that, we were lucky enough to do that last night in Corfu. We went to a little Corfu village, and this is a new As
In the
Amazing
1930s.
set in the 30s, that's right. And this is a new As Amazing evening for Azamara. And I think they'll probably continue to do it for cruises coming into Corfu. And that was amazing. That included all your drinks, a show, some little snacks. What would you call those? They were just like appetizers, weren't they, really?
But it was still a beautiful scenery.
Beautiful
when you pulled up
setting.
and set in a vineyard.
It was absolutely beautiful.
And then we had what did they call the night that they had on the ship? An immersive night where they served food from
Each port.
well, yes, every night they served food from each port. That is true, but I'm talking about when they had the dining out on the
Oh,
pool
right,
deck.
yes. That was,
And they had a band from
Yeah.
the country that came on board.
That's right.
Was that Slovenia?
that was Dubrovnik.
Dubrovnik.
Yeah.
So they had musicians from Dubrovnik come on board and entertain us for the evening, and all of the food that they served was
Yeah,
You
well,
know.
I didn't actually partake, I don't think, but it looked like it was a nice sort of setup and everything.
yeah.
And the other thing they have, which we haven't experienced yet, and I'm hoping it's going to be tomorrow night, and that's the white night, where everybody dresses up in something white just for a bit of fun, and they set up the pool deck and have a live band with music and dancing, and that apparently is a great thing to do. So we'll probably find out. I think it's tomorrow night they're going to be doing it.
Tomorrow night. I
Yeah.
can't wait for White Night, so
Yeah.
we'll be bringing that to
So
you
make
as
sure you
well.
pack something white if you're going to Azamara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So there are itineraries available all around the world. I was looking at all of their sailings, and anywhere that you want to go, Azamara sails there,
Yeah, it
right?
does. And the other thing about Azamara is to keep their repeat guests happy, they never repeat the same itinerary. It's always slightly different. They might go to the same region or the same area, but they never repeat the same itinerary, which a lot of our guests love because they want to see something different every time. So
And we have met some people who've done some back-to-backs. If you don't know what that is, that means like, you know, they're done with one cruise, and then whatever port that is, they start from there on a second cruise, and it's not the same at all. It goes to a whole different region. So we met another couple here this morning. We met a couple that we sat at breakfast with that was on a back-to-back.
And the benefits of back-to-back as well, when you book a back-to-back cruise, which means more than one cruise, then you get extra onboard credit, which
Nice.
you can use towards the shore excursions or spa treatments, that kind of thing. So, yeah.
So consider Azamara. Send me an email, DM me, give me a phone call. Y'all have my information. It's cruisewithmo@gmail.com. But give Azamara a try. You will not be disappointed. Ron and I have fallen in love with it, as well as all the people here on board. So this is our good forever friend Zoe now. Tell everybody where you're from.
I'm from Australia.
If you couldn't tell. And then you didn't get to see Jan, but you heard from Jan.
From Australia.
From Australia. There's a lot of Australians on board this itinerary.
It's a few.
Yeah, so
Majority, I would say, are Americans.
are Americans, you think?
I think so. Yeah.
You know, let me say one more thing before I end this. Is that for me, as just an individual, this experience has really given me so much exposure to culture, to other cultures and other nationalities, and because there are plenty. I mean, there are so many different nationalities on board, but get out there and immerse yourself as well. Bye, everybody. Thank you for listening.
Bye.